Hello and welcome to Brighton Permaculture Trust's How to Plant a Fruit Tree Really Well video. Today we're going to show you how to plant a fruit tree, in this case apple trees, and they're on strong rootstocks, which means that they're going to last for ages. See those muscles? Are you ready? The reason why it's planted here is that we know it's going to catch lots of sunlight, and also it's protected by the big trees at the back. So first thing we need to do is dig the hole. So get yourselves armed and dangerous. There's spades over here. Come on, you can do it! If we were to dig a normal sort of round hole, the roots of the tree might end up going round and round in circles in the loose earth, and they might not go outwards. If we dig a square hole, then the roots will probably go to a corner and then start growing outwards. And I'd like you to put all the topsoil, which has got all the grass, onto this bit of carpet here. Okay, so what I want you to do is to dig out all this topsoil and put it separately, because the topsoil is the bit where all the richness is, all the compost, all the humus that is in there, that's all the goodness for the tree. And this is where you're going to put the subsoil, the soil that's underneath, that is not so rich. Go Joe, go Joe, go Joe. Okay, and we're nearly getting to a good spade's depth, which is what we want. And now we're going to put the stakes in, okay? We have got a pinch bar here. Make a pilot hole for our wood stake. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to drop, turn, wiggle, lift. Drop, turn, wiggle, lift. Here comes our stakes. Now these stakes are a really great wood. This is chestnut wood, sweet chestnut. And the best thing about sweet chestnut is that you can coppice it. That means you can cut it down and it'll grow back again. So that's going to go there. And we're going to use this tool here, which is a post driver. And you can rent them, or you can also use a sledgehammer. Cool, so there we go. So I'm just loosening up the sides so that those roots can really get into the sides, into that topsoil. Now, let's get this topsoil where the grass is, where it's all rich and full of food for the tree. We're going to put this back into the hole, upside down, because we don't want the grass to grow. And grass doesn't like growing upside down. So if we put that upside down in the hole, and then we're going to break it up, loosen it up for the tree to grow into, okay? Our other 2 bags of compost, we're going to mix it in with the subsoil here. So stirrers, come and give this all a big stir, mix it all together. Okay, fantastic. So you've stirred in the compost into that subsoil there, and that's ready to go around the tree roots. Over here, you've got the topsoil that's gone into the hole, mixed with a bit of compost as well. And now we're going to put the watering tube in. That's going to take the water right down to where the roots are, deep enough that it won't evaporate and be exactly where we want it, and you'll have to use a lot less water. And yeah, this watering tube is available online or from some garden centres. And of course you can also use something else, like a plastic bottle, a 1 litre plastic bottle, and you cut off the base of the bottle and put the head of the bottle into the ground. You can't soak it overnight because that's too long. That might nearly drown the roots and kill some of the roots. But a good 2 hours so that those roots, there you go, you can see the roots here, they are very, very well soaked. And now I'm going to tell you something amazing about how clever humans are. With fruit trees, and that's most fruit trees, 99% of the fruit trees are grafted. So I don't know if you can see it here. Can you see closely? This here are the roots. Yeah. And then it starts growing into the trunk. But here, it's been grafted or fixed with a different kind. And this here is the variety. So this gives us a yummy apple. And we know that it's a yummy apple. Whereas this bit controls the size of the tree. It's the rootstock. And we recommend using strong rootstocks in most cases. Dwarf rootstocks tend to need to be staked for their whole life, and they need to be looked after. You need to keep away weeds at all times, and it's a lot of hard work. If you haven't got a lot of topsoil, use a very strong rootstock. If you have got more deeper soil, you can go for a medium vigor rootstock. So you can see here where they've been grafted together, and it's important that you spot this because this is the bit that you really want to make sure never gets buried. You just want the roots to be in the ground, and you want the variety to be out of the ground. And in this case, we're using an exciting Sussex variety. We're trying to use a local variety because local varieties have been proven to do well in this sort of area and in this climate. You can sort of have a look. Can you see all the roots here? So there's maybe more roots on this side, so I'm going to place that towards the wind, just so that the tree's got a bit of support that way. And it's like magic dust, and basically it's the mycorrhizal, the mushroom body that grows under the ground. It's going to fix onto the roots and help the tree to absorb water and to absorb all the nutrients that it needs. And in exchange, the tree will give the mushroom sugars. Give it a real good shake, and that really gets that soil in between the roots. Okay, and we've nearly got all the soil on. Come on, last few spadefuls. That's perfect. Well done. And can you see here, that graft union is still well above the mound, which is the most important bit. Okay, and now the reason why we've been using this carpet here, it saves us losing lots of compost in the long grass. And now we're going to heel it in. At the bottom is where we want to push the hardest. There we go, so that it's nice and firm in this mound shape. We're looking at putting it roughly 1/3 of the height of the tree. So there you go, and let go. And that's kind of right. You don't need it to be tight. The tree can still move a bit, but it won't fall over in a storm. Perfect. Now we can add a little staple on either side to stop this falling down, sliding down. Right, it's good, it's going in. We use this tree tie from the garden centres, but you can also use things like an inner tube or some strap. Key thing that you don't want to use is something like string or wire that's going to cut into the tree and damage the tree. This stops the water from evaporating. Okay, so we're using a woven membrane, a plastic membrane that you should be able to get online or from good garden centres. You can, of course, also use something like cardboard or maybe an offcut of carpet, something like that. And its main job is to stop water evaporating, keeping it nice and damp, and also to stop the grass from growing. Grass is a real big competitor for the baby tree.
We're going to have to stretch the sides.
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about the...
Until it's nice and slug.
What about this?
Good. Blowing it.
Things are terrible.
Oh, look, it's perfect. Okay, so here we've got a plastic bit of mesh that we sort of cut a bit smaller to size, and we're going to put this around the tree to make some protection from the voles, a little fortress to stop the voles getting to the tree bark. And give it a little twist to hold it, and then I also push this into the ground. What we're going to do is use again this plastic mesh, and again you can use a metal mesh instead or something like that. And if we turn it, put it around the tree, Daisy, grab that, bring it around the tree. Okay, now before we put it down, we're going to cut a few little grooves along the side so that we can fold it out a bit and get it really snuggled to the ground. If you can cut a last one here, and that just means that the membrane can sort of fold outwards when we place it around our tree. There you go. If you can help me fold out the mesh like that so it's really nice. And that's tidied that up. If you think that there's a risk of deers, then you might want to make that protection twice as high, sort of a good 1.50 m high. Okay, what I am going to do is take the excess of the stakes away so that any branches that do grow out sideways won't be sort of banging into the stakes. I'll just cut them here and cutting away from the tree so that I don't risk damaging it. This could, if left in place, end up strangling the tree. And voila! Okay, and there we go, mission accomplished.
Yay! Yay!
Cool. And yeah, if you want to find out more, anything around fruit trees or food growing, then please subscribe to our channel.